Hi everybody! So, microwave kilns, very curious thing, aren't they? I mean, a normal kiln is basically a big oven. There's lots of insulation and lots of electric heating elements or gas heating where you can raise a temperature up really high to do some kind of process. I mean, normally it's firing pottery or tiles or bricks, although there are specialised kilns that do things like make cement. But in essence, they're just a box where you can get a temperature hot enough to do something. Microwave kilns came along mostly because of glass fusing and low temperature ceramics, because they can only really get up to about 800 or 900 degrees centigrade. I mean, I say only, that's still pretty lethal as a temperature. But that, in essence, is what they are. There's something you can stick in your microwave that will heat up to a very hot temperature to do something. Now, the microwave kiln, I would say it was humble but a revolutionary invention that traces its roots to the latter half of the 20th century. It was developed as an accessible alternative to traditional kilns, because traditional kilns are traditionally big and expensive to run. But the microwave kiln, well, it's much smaller and much more convenient, and the idea was to democratise the art of glass fusing and ceramics. And low temperature ceramics and glass are where the microwave kiln really lives. Indeed, it was originally conceived as a solution for hobbyists and artisans who were seeking a compact and user-friendly means of doing glasswork in their kitchen. Now, these kilns did undergo a series of evolutionary phases, from a rudimentary design to much more sophisticated iterations, and they evolved into portable refractory line containers capable of withstanding the heat generated within a microwave. At its core, a microwave kiln comprises a refractory material arranged within a compact enclosure. The refractory lining, which is mostly ceramics and insulating materials, allows the kiln to endure the intense heat produced by the microwave without damage. That core is painted on the inside with something called a susceptor material. It's the susceptor material that gets hot, and usually it's carbon-based. It absorbs the microwaves and then gets really hot and gives that heat back out to the centre of the kiln, where the workpiece you're working on is located. The process is deceptively simple, but it does require precision. The intense heat produced by the susceptor material heat fuses the materials together, allowing an artisan to create intricate designs and forms. Control is crucial. Timing and temperature determine the outcome of the craft. Too little time and the materials don't fuse adequately. Too much and they risk overheating, leading to deformities or melting. They're pretty versatile devices, and they've been used across a whole range of things, from jewellery making to glass fusing and pottery, by hobbyists and educators alike, and they offer a gateway for creative expression. In jewellery making, the kiln enables artisans to fuse glass pieces into stunning pendants, earrings or decorative elements, and the controlled heat process allows for intricate design and vibrant colour combinations. In glass fusing, these kilns facilitate the merging of glass layers, creating bowls and plates and sculptures, and artists manipulate the heating time and temperature to achieve the desired shapes and textures, and that unleashes a spectrum of possibilities. Pottery enthusiasts find these kilns ideal for small-scale projects, enabling the firing of clay and glazes to produce miniature ceramic pieces or test pieces, or try out new designs before large-scale execution. Despite its accessibility and creative potential, the microwave kiln isn't without challenges. Achieving precise temperatures and mastering the nuances of heating remain ongoing endeavours for artists working with these kilns. Controlling heat distribution within the small confines of a microwave-sized space requires a degree of finesse. Over time, advancements in refractory materials and the development of more sophisticated designs have aimed to address these challenges. Innovations in kiln construction and materials continue to refine the art of microwave-based glasswork and ceramics. Personally, I think the microwave kiln is a testament to human ingenuity. People wanted to do something, traditional ways of doing it were too cumbersome and expensive, so they found a new way. From its humble beginnings to the present day, this little device can best be described as empowering. Now the secret to any microwave kiln is the susceptor. It's that grey stuff that's painted on the inside of the kiln body. It, remember, absorbs the microwaves and gives the energy back out as heat. So susceptor converts microwaves to heat. One of the best susceptor materials there are? Well, it's graphite. So this, which is Rustin's G-Shield, I'm not recommending it, it's just that I happen to have this, is a graphite graphene paint that will act as a susceptor brilliantly. In fact, any of these materials will. Any of these EMF smog based paints that have graphite in them are going to do that job. Now it's only going to work temporarily, but we're only going to make a temporary kiln and we're going to paint it onto a plant pot. It only works temporarily because the binders in here will burn away. So after a few uses you'll have to repaint it. But if you were to mix graphite with something like water glass, then you would have a permanent paint that would act as a susceptor. We're going to use this for our demonstration.
So we're going to use this thing. It's a flower pot. It cost me about 50p and I'm going to make it out of this. Now it's not the best material to make it out of because this clay will stand about 500 or 600 degrees centigrade and the kiln gets up above and beyond that. But it's still good enough if what you want to do is give this a go to see if you actually want to try the craft. If you like it and you want to make a better version, then obviously you can use a better clay. So something like a stoneware cup, for instance, will do a much better job. Something like a porcelain cup or porcelain bowl, that'll do an even better job. Stoneware lasts to about 800 and porcelain's going to last to about 1200 degrees C. So those materials are going to last much, much longer. This one, really cheap. Give you a few goes to see if you like the craft. Now, I'm not a glass craftsman. I'm a chemist. So my glass craft work is rubbish. But what you do is you take your surface, whether it's our plant pot or it's your cup or your porcelain, and all you actually do is paint a layer of the ink on the inside of whatever it is that you choose to paint. Now, we've chosen this. You can use alumina brick, actually. If you use an alumina brick, which you can buy on eBay, then you paint it with this ink, you will have yourself a microwave kiln that is in fact absolutely on a par with the commercial one. That's in fact what commercial kilns are. They're a bit of alumina cast into the shape, the round shape of the kiln and painted with an ink very like ours, only ours will do this job as well. So once we've given it a coat, and notice I've only coated that section of it, then you've got to leave it to dry. You give it a little bit of time to dry and then it'll be ready to go. And that effectively is your microwave kiln. Now here's one I prepared earlier, so it's had a chance to dry. And if I pop that in the microwave, it will get hot. It'll get to about 600 degrees, but it'll lose that heat very, very quickly. So in order to fuse glass, you need to keep that heat in there, and we need some kind of insulation. The easiest insulation is this stuff, which is ceramic fibre blanket. You can see how deep that is, about as deep as the plant pot, so about 100 millimetres, and it's about ½ a metre long, and that's enough to go around my plant pot twice. Now this stuff is amazingly insulating. So once I've wrapped that on my plant pot, and I want it to stay, then I can put something around there to keep that in place, like a bit of string. So a bit of string is more than enough to keep this stuff in place, and the string isn't going to burn because of the insulation properties of the ceramic blanket you've just wrapped it in. So tie yourself a bit of string around it. And there you go, one kiln. Now, how stupidly easy was that? So if you want to practice with this craft, to see this craft is for you, that is going to be one of the easiest, cheapest ways of getting around to it, to see if you like it. If you like it and you want to make a better version of this, or even buy a commercial version, but if you want to make a better version of this, then you'd want something like an alumina silica brick, a fire brick. It's that lightweight fire brick. Drill it out so that you get your cavity on the inside, and then you need to paint the cavity with a bit of ink, a bit of susceptor ink. Once you've done that, that's your kiln finished. However, with our practice kiln, what we got in here is our glass tray and another square of ceramic blanket, because this gets really hot, remember, 2 bits of glass that we're going to fuse together. Pop our kiln on there and stick the whole thing back in the microwave. Now obviously you need to make sure that your plant pot will go in the microwave, otherwise you're in trouble, because it won't turn. And I don't know if you noticed, but the microwave, the plant pot rather, has a hole in it. You need a vent hole So if you choose something like stoneware or porcelain, you're going to have to drill that vent hole, but a tile drill will do that just fine. Set that on for about 3 or 4 minutes and leave it to spin. Now, when you look in there, what you'll see is a red hot glow out of this. So when this is done and it pings, then leave it for half an hour to cool down naturally. And once you've left it for half an hour to cool down naturally, again in good Blue Peter tradition, here's a bit that I fused earlier, and you can see the 2 layers of glass, and they've fused beautifully into each other. So in order to make as cheap as possible microwave kiln, plant pot, R-ink, some ceramic blanket. If you want to make a super duper one, get some aluminium oxide block, carve out a shallow hole, paint the inside with some ink, and put it on a tray, and you've got yourself a microwave kiln to practice this glass fusing craft. Anyway, I thought that would be of interest to you. Thank you very much for watching.